Hey, welcome to this lesson with your teacher here. We're going to do this paper. This is 2023. This is 2023. We will solve this question paper from 2023. Remember, we've done a number of past exam papers on our channel. So if you are new here, I invite you to like our YouTube channel so that you support us as we are growing on this channel. Please, if you do so, we'll greatly appreciate. And if you like the lesson at the end of our working, please, you will do well to share our content and like it. Thank you once more for coming through. It's your teacher, teacher H. All right, so the question number one that we have here that had come in this year, it was question evaluate 3 squared plus 3 to the power negative 1 times 2 to the power 0. Okay, so to evaluate, it means that we are going to find the value. Evaluate meaning we need to find the value of this problem here. So this is 3 to the power 2 plus 3 to the power negative 1 times 2 to the power 0. Okay, now here we are adding, we are not multiplying, so we cannot say let us work with the powers. We get one base and work with the powers. So because we are adding here, we actually going to work these ones one by one. Okay, so we are going to simplify. These 3 power number 2 plus 3 to the power negative 1. If we get rid of that negative, it is going to be 1 over 3 times 2 to the power 0. Any number raised to power 0, it is just 1. It is just 1. And then if we multiply, we begin, with the BODMAS rule. We are supposed to work with the 1 for multiplication before we get into the 1 for addition. So 3 to the power 2 gives us 9. 3 to the power 2 means the same as 3 times 3 plus 1 over 3 times 1, it is 1 over 3. This now is going to force us find the common denominator, which in this case is 3. 1 into 3, it is 3. 3 times 9, it is 27. Plus 3 into 3, 3. 3 times 3 into 3, 1. 1 times 1, it is 1. And this is going to give us, okay, allow me to write it just below here. Okay, allow me to write it just below here. Okay, so that is going to be 27 plus 1, that is 28, divided by these 3 here. Okay, so we now say 3 into 28, it is 9 times remainder 1 over 3. So this is our final answer. This is our final answer. All right, so we proceed on to the next question, number 2. It is saying simplify. So whenever we are simplifying, a question that will ask us to simplify, mostly you'll find it with brackets. So we need to get rid of the brackets. So simplifying is the opposite of factorizing. When we are factorizing, we leave our answers with the brackets. But when we simplify, mostly we get rid of the brackets. So How do we simplify this? Okay, so to simplify this, we are simply going to distribute the numbers outside the brackets. 2 times x. So 2 times x there, it will give us 2x. Then we have 2 times 3y. It gives us 6y. Negative 3 times 4x, it will give us negative 12x. Okay, that one is not very clear there. We said it will give us negative 12x. Negative gives us positive. 3 times 2, it is 6. Okay, it is 6 there. Okay. All right, so we proceed from there by looking at the like terms. In this case, we will have 6. Y has got no like terms, but we have 2x minus 12x. It gives us negative 10x, plus 6 has got no like term, and there is our final answer. This is our final answer. All right, so we move on to the next question, which is this question: factorize completely. So we are simplifying there. Here we are factorizing. We'll get an answer in brackets. So there it will be 3. Okay. So if we are to start it right up here, we will get 3x squared minus 27. We look at the common factor there, it is a 3. So the common factor is 3. 3 into 3x squared, it is x squared minus c. 3 into 27, it is 9. So this question is on the difference of 2 squares. So we have 3 here, x squared. Which number can we multiply 2 times? It gives us 9. We multiply that number itself, it gives us 9, and that number is 3. And if we say 3 squared, we get back the 9. Okay, so our final answer will be 3, open brackets. We have x minus 3, x plus 3. So this is our final answer. This is our final answer. So when we are finding the difference of 2 squares, one expression will have just a minus, another expression will have a plus. That's how we solve this problem. This is how we solve this problem. All right, so we proceed on to the next question. What is the next question? The next question is find the gradient of a line which passes through the point -3, -1 and 0, 3. Okay, so as we are solving this problem, let's make this one to be x, y, x, y. This will be x1, this will be y1, this will be x2, this will be y2. So this will be y2. Okay, so our x, so let's say gradient is equal to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So gradient will be equal to, what is y2? y2 is here. So it is 3 minus y1. y1 is negative 1 divided by x2, that is 0 here, minus x1, that is negative 3. Gradient is equal to, there is the same as negative negative gives us positive. Okay, so we said it is the same as negative negative positive, that is 1 divided by negative negative is just positive, and the 0 plus any number is just that number, so here it will be 3. So gradient will be equal to 4 over 3, which is equivalent to 3 into 4, 1, remainder 1 over 3. So the final answer is just 1 over 3. This is the final answer. Okay, that is our final answer there. So the gradient is 1 over 3. All right, so that is the gradient. That's how we find the gradient. That is how we find the gradient. All right, so we will proceed on to the next question, which is on the sets. Shade A union B intersection C complement A on the Venn diagram in the answer space below. So this here, they want us to find A union B. So to find A union B intersection C complement, this will mean that we don't want C complement here. We don't want C, but we want A union B. So automatically, if you check, I think there's a paper we solved, it should be 2024, which had what the answer we are about to find was the question in that year. So here we need to shade so this is the A union B intersection C complement. This is the final answer. We'll leave out the whole C, but we get all the A's. Okay, so this is how we find the answer there. So A, B, C. We don't shade this part. We don't shade this part. We don't shade the entire C. So we want just the remaining part there. We just want the remaining part. So that is how we solve our problem there. 2 marks. 2 marks. All right, so we proceed on to the next question. These are vectors here. The next question, we are going to solve vectors. The position vector of a point P is this. Given that the point Q is this, -1, 1, find vector PQ. All right, so to solve this problem, as usual, to solve this problem here, they say the position vector of P, meaning position vector, we are going to show it like this. Position vector is 3 and 4. That is that of B. And the vector Q, and I mean Q, given that Q is -1, given that Q is -1, 1. Question: find vector PQ. Find vector PQ. Okay, so for us to move from vector P, from the position P to position Q, we must start from P and find ourselves on Q. There we are going to add like that. Okay. All right, so in this case, this will be O. So we'll go through point O throughout this O here that we see. Okay, just know, to make it simple, I'll have a lesson on this. Just make sure that you subscribe to this channel where I'll give the detailed information or a detailed lesson on the vectors, so that you understand everything nicely if you are not able to follow. But if you've been able to follow, you have learned about this topic, it is easier. I think you are able to follow or to understand what we are doing here. Okay, so first and foremost, let us write Q as a position vector. So if we are to write Q as a position vector, meaning it will be like this: Q OQ vector OQ will be equal to -1 and 1. That is our position vector. So in this case, it means for us to reach here, we need to use that one point vector PQ will be equal to, we get PO, but we have OP, meaning we are just going to negate this one. It will be -3 and 4 plus OQ is -1 and 1. Okay, allow me to use this part here, this space which is here. So if we are to use this space here, meaning this will be vector PQ will be equal to -1. We are going to start with that one using the commutative law. It doesn't matter which one we begin with. According to the commutative law, we can get the same answer. Okay. So we are going to get there, that is -3 and 4. Therefore, the final answer now will be vector PQ will be equal to -1 minus 3. It will give us -4. 1 minus 4, -3. So this is the final answer that we get there. This is the final answer that we get there. Okay, so we are going to proceed on to the next question, and the next question will be question number 7. question number 7 is just asking us to find the transpose. So if we are to find the transpose of P, it is not difficult at all. Where is P? P is here, so the row is going to become the column, and the column is going to become the row. Okay, so 4, -1, 0, and then we come to this row, it will become the second column, which is 2, 0, 3. This is 0. All right, so this is the final answer for P transpose. All right, so now we need to find PQ. PQ, this just means that we are going to multiply P times Q there. Okay, for the sake of space, allow me to rub this part so that we can do for A, which is PQ is going to be equal to 4, -1, 0, 2, 0, 3 multiplied by Q, which is 1, 2, 3. So it will be row by column. So this will mean that PQ is going to be equal to 4 times 1, that is 4, plus -1 times 2, that is going to give us -2, plus 0 times 3, it will be 0. Then we come to the next row, 2 times 1, that will be 2, plus 0 times 2, that will be 0. 3 times 3, that will be 9. And then the final answer will be PQ is equal to 4 plus -2. That will be 2 plus 0. It is 2. 2 plus 0, 2 plus 9, that will be 11. So this is our final answer for our question number 7. Okay, it's like light has become dim here. Let me be outside. There's no power inside here. Okay, we solve the next question, number 8. All right, so number 8, question number 8 is here. So this is AP. Okay, so this will be our last question that we are going to solve here, number 8. So we are given the AP here, which is 1, 7, 13. Find the 8th term. So nth term, the formula nth term is equal to A plus C n minus 1 times D. We need to find D, which represents the common difference. We have A is the first term. In this case, our A is 1. D is a common difference, which we need to find from subtracting the second term, the first term from the second term. So in this case, it will be 7 minus 1. And this will give us common difference here, 6. So to find the 8th term, I'm going to say the first term, which is 1, plus C. Nth term is 8 minus C. 1 multiplied by common difference, which is 6. This will give us 8th term is equal to, so 8th term, 1 plus 8 minus 1, 7 times Z, 6. 8th term will be equal to 1 plus 7 times 6 gives us 42. Therefore the 8th term is going to be 43. So that will be our answer there, 43. Allow me to rub off this. If you're copying, you can pause the video and copy that. Otherwise, I'll rub that and just leave the answer. Okay, so we are going to find the sum of the first 15 terms. So sum of n terms is equal to n over 2 square bracket 2a plus n minus 1 multiplied by d close square brackets. And the sum of the first 15 terms is going to 15 over 2 open square brackets 2 1, that is the first term a, plus that will be 15 minus 1 multiplied by d, which is the common difference 6, close the brackets there. Okay, so sum of the first 15 terms will be equal to 15 over 2 open brackets, this will be 2, plus 15 minus 1, it is 14 times 6. That will give us for the remainder 2, that is 84. 14 times 6 is 84. And this will give us sum of the first 15 terms is going to be equal to 15 over 2 open brackets 86, and then we know that 2 here is 1, 2 here will give us 43. And now we have 15 times 43. This will give us 3 times 5, 5 remainder, 1, 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1, 45 here, that is it, close here. 4 times 5, 20, 0 remainder, 2, 4 times 1, it is 4 plus 2, that is 6, close here. And then we are going to add here, we have 5, we have 4, we have 6. Therefore the answer here is 645. So this is the final answer that we have here, and so far we've gone only up to number 8, but we'll continue solving the remaining questions. Thank you for watching. See you again in the next lesson.